Wow, man, there should be no excuse doing a Smackdown review on Wednesday, 2 days before the new Smackdown. But I can't even use the excuse of being busy. There's definitely half an hour of time I could have made to do this show and then half an hour to edit and upload. But, life happens, but I still gotta upload it no matter what. I'm trying to do every Smackdown this year. We'll see how that goes, especially over like the summertime when I'm traveling. We will see what that goes, but I'm still gonna watch every Smackdown this year, do reviews, even if they end up being shorter. So let's review the Smackdown from 5 days ago. Even after the Elimination Chamber and the post Raw happened, I actually do want to give some thoughts on Elimination Chamber. So I will try to blitz through the Smackdown review. I have notes and like they're all jumbled and like it's hard doing a review like 5 days after like you wrote everything because like then you're just fucking baited. Half the shit you don't even like remember. But anyways, this is gonna be sloppy. We're gonna get through this, do Elimination Chamber thoughts, and then I have some thoughts on Raw real quick actually. So in the leaf fitting era of in the leaf fitting production era of WWE, every show basically opens with people arriving to the arena. We see LA Knight, Drew McIntyre, Liv Morgan, and Tiffany Stratton arriving to the arena. Bianca Belair comes out, and as she's coming out, they show the video package for the 6 women in the chamber saying how they're going to win with music playing in the back. It was a little cool thing. But Bianca's out on commentary, as you could tell. She's wearing her bodysuit, high heels. And then Liv Morgan comes out for a match with Tiffany Stratton. They have a match, and Bianca's at the announce table, and the finish is going to, like, every WWE finish when there's a person at the announce table goes the exact same. So someone gets pushed into them, or they get hit, they hop up on the apron, they have something to do with the finish. Exactly what happens here. Liv Morgan and Tiffany Stratton are outside. Tiffany Stratton like hits or rolls Liv Morgan back in the ring, turns around, slaps Bianca, runs back in the ring, and then Liv Morgan rolls up Tiffany Stratton for the 1-2-3, but Bianca hopped up on the apron and is like, "Hey, I'm trying to get at her." The ref's like, "No, get down." So then Liv Morgan gets the visual pinfall, but doesn't get the actual pinfall. And then Tiffany kicks her out of that roll up. Liv Morgan bumps into Bianca. Bianca falls off the apron. Then Tiffany Stratton rolls her up and pins her. Liv Morgan frustrated because, like, especially after what happened on Raw as well, everyone's just interfering in her matches. She's trying to have a match, like she said to Becky on Raw. She's like, "Not everything's about you. I was trying to have a match here." I was like, "True." And then fuck Becky's like, fuck, I'm so mad. Fuck, I feel mad. So, anyways, going with this SmackDown, we have Kayla Braxton backstage with Drew McIntyre, asking him where his head is at ahead of what he called the biggest match of his entire career. Drew McIntyre says every moment has led him to this. His greatest love, wrestling, the dysfunctional relationship, the ups and downs, the heartaches, all led to this. If he loses at Chamber, if he loses tonight versus LA Knight, if he loses at WrestleMania, it would have all been for nothing, and his career would have been as pointless as CM Punk's return to WWE. And then Bobby Lashley comes up laughing, says he's doing a great job with all the memes, he's a big fan and everything. Then says, "It was almost as funny as WrestleMania 37 when I beat you up, put you in the Hurt Lock, and made you pass out in front of all those people, all the fans. You could see their faces. It was hilarious." He's laughing. He walks away. Drew's just there, pissed. And then we go into a little video package of the home of Ashanti the Adonis and his new tag team partner, apparently Cedric Alexander, trying on different outfits that he does not like. And then he finally tries on one that he does like. There's a segment. Then a progressive match flow, the Bloodline segment and Bloodline on Raw. They're going to be showing that Rock segment forever until he does this new one, this SmackDown. Then we have Roman Reigns backstage. Jimmy Uso, I put Jay. Jeez, I keep messing them up. Jimmy Uso gassing himself up about what he did on Raw, costing Jay the title. Roman asks who sent them to Raw. And then Jimmy's like, oh, fuck. He starts fumbling over his words. And then he says it was Paul Heyman. Roman then laughs, says, man, you're just going to stooge Paul like that? And then he says, like, and then Jimmy's all like, and then Roman's like, nah, it was me. I quarterbacked that thing. I ran the play. And he's looking all he's looking all proud when he says it too. Like, I did that shit. I called the play. I ran that shit. I quarterbacked it. And then Jimmy's like, yeah. But I ran it to perfection though, right? And then he's like, yes, you did. Yes, you did. And then he's all happy. He's trying to dab up Roman. And then Roman's like, He turns to Paul Heyman, who now entered in the room. Runs the room out of breath and tells him Grayson Waller is here. Wait, I missed that segment. Oh my God, did I not write that down? I think there was a segment before. It was either before or after, like, I think it was before, like, the Liv Morgan match with Bianca, where Logan Paul, Austin Theory. Bro, I swear it was on last week's show. There's no way it was on this show. Anyways, there was a segment where Logan, Austin Theory, and Grayson Waller are just fucking talking like a bunch of geeks, just saying weird shit. And Paul Heyman comes up to Grayson Waller and says the Tribal Chief would like to speak with you. That was on last week's show. I swear to God I reviewed that. Like, now that I'm thinking about it, I'm like, yeah, that was last week. And now apparently it was like this week. Where he's out of breath and brought Grayson Waller. Yeah, so that was last week. And then so Paul Heyman comes in, says Grayson Waller's here. And then Roman looks, he's all happy, and he says, bring him to me. And he smiles, and the camera pans in closer. And Braun Breaker, we have Braun Breaker backstage getting ready for his debut up next. Back from commercial, they show superstars arriving to Australia earlier in the week and enjoying the sights, doing zip lining, holding koalas, all that stuff. Then we have Braun Breaker against Dante Chen from NXT. Squashed him in like a minute. Probably not even a minute. Braun Breaker was running them ropes so fucking fast. He actually does have the best spear in the business. Like, sometimes you see Roman hit his spear, other people hit their spears. It's almost like they're just using their arm and like fucking tagging them. But when Braun does the spear, it looks like he's like hitting them, you know? It looks like he's hitting them. He just has a great formula of how he fucking does that. So he squashed Dante Chen. He's pandering to the audience, which is completely different from his actual character. He's like, yeah, man, can you... I hate that. I made the video about Cody like a long time ago, but like, this goes for everybody. I hate... In certain situations, you know, it's like cool, like Hulk Hogan like doing the ear thing. Like, that shit's like... That's probably the only valid way I've seen it, but like, I feel like you shouldn't have to be looking at the audience, like staring at them and being like, come on guys. I feel like you should just be doing cool shit and they cheer you, you know? Like, even if you just stare at them. I even like that better, when you just stare at the audience and they're like, oh yeah, fuck yeah. But when you're like raising your arms like, I can't hear you, you know? I'm like, oh, okay, that's cringe. Anyways, we have Kayla Braxton backstage with the Judgment Day and Gorilla. Ask them about their opponents at the Chamber. They say some heel shit. Then they say once they handle business tonight, all that's going to be left tomorrow is picking the bones and taking care of business. Then we have Cruz del Toro talking to Joaquin about how they have to take care of Legado del Fantasma. Elektra Lopez comes up, says the LWO is basically dead. Where's Rey Mysterio? What has following him done for you guys? You guys look lost. And that's just a result of your choices. The next time your loyalty will be better. But that's even if there is a next time. Then Angel Garza and Humberto attack them, beat them. And then they're on the ground. They hold their faces up. And then like a mob boss, like the camera lowers. And like a mob boss, Santos's fucking cowboy boots come into the picture. And then he kneels down as they're both holding their faces like this, like, look at what he has to say, you know, like that type of shit. And then Santos walks in this... I'm talking too fast. Slow down. Santos walks into the shot, says, you guys turned your back on me. You abandoned me. And this is the price to pay. And this is only the beginning. I'm talking too fast. I hate talking too fast. Slow, Eric, slow. He says, "You abandoned me. This is the price to pay. This is only the beginning." Then they let them go. And then the officials come after that. And then they walk off. And then conveniently, right on cue, Carlito and Zelina come after everyone already left. So that was that segment. Then we have Tyler Bate, Pete Dunne versus JD McDonough and Tyler Bate, as you can imagine. So as you can imagine, Tyler Bate and Pete Dunne won. And then after the match, Damian and Finn Balor come out. Finn Balor goes up on the apron, gets hit. Damian Priest goes up, grabs them both by the neck in like a chokehold. They punch him, they kick him off the apron. And then they get angry. They slide into the ring. And then Pete Dunne and Tyler Bates slide out and they hit JD and Dom on their way up the entranceway. And then Pete Dunne points to his head like, haha, I outsmarted you, motherfucker. I'm not going to get 4v2 today. So then that was that. And then we have an Elimination Chamber video package highlighting all 6 guys, you know, saying they're going to win, you know, all that shit. Yeah, wait! Wait, oh no. Then we have Logan Paul, Austin Theory, and Grayson Waller again. I think in that Roman segment, actually, I forgot. I think Roman was asking for Grayson Waller. And then Paul Heyman said, I'm going to go. No, I don't know. Anyways, it's confusing. So Logan Paul, Austin Theory, Grayson Waller are all backstage. They're gassing each other up. Kevin Owens walks up, says he hopes he finds a way. He hopes Logan Paul finds a way to bring those brass knuckles to Australia. That way he could use them again to punch him in the face. Or he hopes he gets caught trying to bring them into Australia, so they have to send him back. Either one will do. We'll see you there, maybe, or not. And then he walks away. And then Logan Paul asks, why didn't we just jump him? He was like right there. There's 3 of us. And I laughed because I was like, yeah, why did Kevin Owens just approach all 3 heels? Like, they could have just beat him up. He just fucking talked shit in front of all 3 of them and just walked away. So yeah, that comes. And then Heyman comes up and pulls Grayson Waller, says the Tribal Chief wants to talk to him. Okay, that makes sense. Okay, that happened on this show. Okay. I have to watch that Roman segment again. Did Roman ask for Grayson Waller? I think Paul Heyman came in the locker room and said, Grayson Waller is here. And then Roman said, bring him to me. As in he's here in the arena, not outside the door waiting. Okay, that makes sense. Okay, one sec. Strawberry watermelon prime. It's actually fire, by the way. Okay. So the Street Profits come out. And then we have a backstage thing where Dakota Kai is being helped into the trainer's room. She's limping and crying by Nick Aldis and the referee. They're helping her. I think everyone knows or thinks that she's fucking faking this, you know, obviously, to like try to get Bayley on her side, make her think Damage Control attacked her, but then they're all going to turn on her. But yeah, she's limping backstage. They help her to the trainer's room. Then we have Authors of Pain versus the Street Profits. Montez teases Karrion Kross on the outside, and then Scarlett's striking the referee, and Kross pushes him off the top rope, and then B-Fab comes and yanks Scarlett off the rope. Lashley gets involved. He's fighting outside with Karrion Kross, and then Karrion Kross shoves his arm into the pole, and then hits into the pole again, and then grabs a chair, hits his chair, hits his arm, hits the chair to his arm against the pole. And then Montez gets ganged up in the ring, and they do their finish on him, and they pin him. And then we have Dakota Kai in the trainer's room. Bayley comes in and asks if they could have a moment alone. And then she said she knew this was going to happen. They're going to use you to get to me. Dakota's like, no, it's fine, whatever. I wouldn't have trusted me either, she says. And then she says, we're going to make them pay. And Bayley's like, okay. Wait, what did I write here? Yeah, so I was basically writing that they're trying to reel in Bayley with this. Like, they're trying to finesse her shit. And then we have Elimination Chamber press conference highlights. And then Heyman presents Grayson Waller to Reigns, makes him sit down, says, "What I'm about to tell you is for your ears and your ears only." The segment ends, and after watching the Elimination Chamber and what happened to the Grayson Waller effect, nothing crazy happened. So, like, what the fuck were his instructions? Anyways, so that happens. LA Knight comes out, and then we go to commercial, and then come back and announce next week Bailey and Dakota versus the Kabuki Warriors, Carlito and Santos in a street fight, Lashley in the trainer's room. So it's just Bailey and Dakota versus the Kabuki Warriors, Carlito and Santos in a street fight, and then The Rock's going to appear. And I think next week is when the Kabuki Warriors and Dakota are going to turn on Bailey. And that Carlito and Santos street fight, I can see Rey Mysterio coming back. It's Mania season, and they're going to do like their big match at Mania with all that. Then we have Lashley in the trainer's room. Ice. The trainer is trying to give him ice. He's like, "No, I don't want it." Bro, just take the fucking ice, bro. Like, damn. He's trying to help you. And then Drew comes in and says, "I'll pray for you." He's been doing that a lot lately, where he like comes in and just fucking says a few words and then whatever. And then we have Drew McIntyre and LA Knight. They have a good match. And then I think Logan Paul comes out on commentary, yes. And then Kevin Owens comes out on commentary like a bit later before the commercial. And then after, I think it was like the same thing that happened in the Bianca thing. Someone got thrown to someone, and Kevin Owens just attacked Drew McIntyre for the disqualification. So Drew McIntyre didn't lose, he won again. And then all of them start brawling. All of them do like their fucking finishers to each other. Like, I think Bobby Lashley comes out, he spears LA Knight. Drew McIntyre hits the kick on Bobby Lashley. I think Kevin Owens and Logan Paul already taken out, whatever. Drew McIntyre standing tall. Orton comes out of nowhere, RKO's him. And then the show ends with Orton on top. But yeah, I had to speed run through that. 17 minutes. Let's go. Okay, so Elimination Chamber. Quick thoughts on that. I'm going to start with the Nia Jax match. I'm sure Nia's a nice person. I'm going to do the positives first. The positives is, I think, character-wise and like just like facial expressions. I would even probably say talking's also kind of a con as well. But in terms of just presenting herself as like that mean girl character, I think she does that very well. Her facial expressions, character-wise, I think, like she plays Nia Jax very well. But fuck, man, when that bell rings, man, there's just sometimes I'm just like, is she learning from past mistakes? Like, are people like telling her these mistakes? Is she learning from them? Are people even telling her these mistakes? Is she hearing the criticism she gets? Like, not all criticism online is like accurate, but like, bro, there's just like, there's some people that actually like this match. I didn't like it. And there's just like so many things I think Nia does wrong. Like, this match was all about Rhea, and I kind of feel like Nia didn't do as good of a job for helping Rhea shine. Like, you're the big monster heel. Obviously, you'll have like your heat spots, whatever. But like, I feel like she didn't help Rhea shine. There's a lot of like botched stuff where I just think it was like Nia's fault, and like Rhea's trying to improvise. Like the Hurricanrana spot off like at the beginning where like Nia didn't fucking take it. She just kind of like stumbled into the rope, like just stuff like that. She's not doing right. And I remember the spot in the corner, and I think she did this on Rhea when she returned to WWE last year. Like when she like does like the like senton or whatever. I don't even know what the fuck it's called. Like the splash where she drags him to the corner. She goes up on the second rope, like Rikishi used to do. She squashes them. The first time she did to Rhea, she wasn't holding onto the rope, so she basically actually just like her body weight hit Nia and hit Rhea and squashed her. This time, she squashes Rhea, but when the ref's counting the pin, I swear she's not giving Rhea any like room to like kick out. Like she's on her with like no leniency for like Rhea. Like Rhea had to like, I could tell, had to use like her fucking strength to like even just try to get some. Like Nia's like on top of her, like not even like to the point where like she's able to like, she had to use so much strength to kick out. But I just think Nia, like when it comes to like in ring, is just not good, bro. Like there's like some people, like I think Becky got a good match out of her on Raw, but like man, like a majority of the time I'm just like, fuck man, like just how she is in the ring with people, like just, and like her selling, even in her promos, when she does her promos, like the way she talks, like I was actually going to make a I was gonna make a comment on another person, but I'm actually gonna save it for when I actually do the review and like they're there. I actually save it for that because I don't want to just send out strays, because this person's been receiving a lot on social media, but they're also really bad. But in terms of the chamber matches, like last week on the Smackdown review, I gassed up Naomi. I was like, okay, you know, like she fucking went out, she got a bit better. Her first 5 minutes with fucking Becky, she just looked slow. And it just looked like they're going from spot to spot, you know, choreographed as fuck. Like, Naomi, I'm not even going to blame Becky, because I know Becky could only fucking do so much with, like, the person she's in there with, but, like, it just looks so slow, like, so slow. It was, like, the slowest 5-minute, like, start to a match you ever seen, like, everything just looks so like just lackadaisical, just you know, just slow motion shit. So yeah, Naomi instantly reminded me why I didn't like to watch her wrestle back in the day. But she is very fucking athletic though, and like that could actually bail her out in matches. But fuck, that didn't do it for me. Tiffany Stratton was over in the match. Like she had a good performance. I thought overall, I like half watched the match. I'm not even gonna lie. I'm not even gonna give thoughts on that. But something I didn't want to mention is that fucking Cody Rhodes, Seth Rollins, like the Grayson Waller segment. Like I was expecting something to happen, especially since like they called Grayson Waller into Roman's locker room. I thought like they're gonna get him to do some, but I guess they just told him to acknowledge like the tribal chief and like say it out loud. But like, my taking point from this segment, besides it being completely fucking useless, like it was fucking useless. I guess it was a way to get Grayson Waller on there, which is great. I love seeing hometown people. Whatever, he was over. But Cody Rhodes and Seth Rollins in this crowd were so fucking over. I was like, holy shit. Seth Rollins came out and I thought he was a megastar. Like, sorry LA Knight, but I thought he was like Hulk Hogan or some shit. Like, the fucking pop of all pops, like they're into it. They're singing his song forever, like and ever and ever. Cody Rhodes comes out, mega star reaction. Like I was like, God damn, like they are over in Australia. Like I thought that was cool, but also hearing the reports that the original plan was for Seth Rollins like to fight fuck Bronson Reed. Fuck, that would have been a good match. I wouldn't even mind it, even though it would have made no sense in the story. But maybe if like the bloodline, like this whole thing with the bloodline calling Grayson Waller, like if somehow Grayson Waller weaseled his way into that match, it was a triple threat match. That we have all the Australia people in a match. Seth Rollins on the show performing, but obviously got injured. That's just like me, fuck going off. But they were super over. The men's chamber. The thing I loved about this match, so like. The match was alright. It wasn't super crazy. It was a fucking cool match. And people complain about entrances being long, but I love like these multi-man matches where everyone gets to make their full entrance. But I did think fucking Bobby Lashley, once he got into the chamber when he made his entrance, he was just taking forever. I'm like, bro, just fucking get in your pod. He's just walking around doing his little like fucking thing. I'm like, bro, get in your pod, bro. Your entrance is done. But anyways. But I actually liked watching all 10 minutes of those entrances. Like, I love that shit. Especially, I like the big shows. I love watching that. But this Drew character is so awesome. And I love how, like, part of him is, like, right. But, like, the way shit gets done is so wrong in the right way to, like, the story. I'm not saying it's actually wrong, like, bad. But, like, so Drew McIntyre said he's going to go in the chamber. He was going to earn it. He was going to fight people. He was going to earn his championship match. And yes, he won these matches, but then the way he was winning. And it was so great because he's saying he's not a bad guy because he's not deliberately cheating. Like, other people are just conveniently, like, have their own shit going on, and it just ends up fucking benefiting him. Like, LA Knight does a finisher on Orton and Drew McIntyre, and he's literally about to pin Drew McIntyre. Drew McIntyre's about to be out. No one's ever kicked out of the BFT. That's the story they told in the past. LA Knight's about to get that pin. AJ Styles comes and fucking, like, costs LA Knight the match. And Drew McIntyre crawls and pins LA Knight. Like, no fault to his own. He was just there, saw the guy was out, pinned him. But it's like, as a fan, you're like, man, he lucked out. But, like, it's not his fault. So it's like, in his eyes, he's still a babyface because he personally has not done anything wrong. But the way he's getting away with things, like how he beat Cody, he didn't call the bloodline out, but, like, Cody Rhodes is there groggy in the ring. He's not going to not take advantage and pin Cody, you know? Him and Cody have been talking shit in the past, so, you know, he doesn't owe Cody anything. So, like, he's not a bad guy for that. In this match, LA Knight's about to pin him. AJ Styles came all the way to Australia to cost LA Knight the match. Awesome fucking heel. Angry Styles strikes again. So it's like, Drew crawls to that pin. It's like, fuck. And then at the end, him and Orton RKO out of nowhere. Orton's going to win the match, pin Drew McIntyre. Logan Paul comes, hits Orton with the brass knucks. Drew crawls and gets the pin. No fault of his own, you know? Something happened. He's just taking advantage. He's just trying to win the match. That's it. So it's like, the way that stuff's done is so beautifully done. And, like, he says some heel shit, but it's so justified every time. Like, it's never not justified, but the way things happen make it look shady, make you go, fuck. But, like, he personally, his character feels like everything he's doing has been justified. And, like, bro, it's so great. So great. And even greater was the camera shot after he won, when he's on, like, the rope and he's, like, doing this. And that camera shot with the pyro in the back. And then when they showed the other pyro where he was just, like, staring up at, like, the fucking fireworks after he won. There's fireworks outside the stadium. Like, those shots are shots you could show in video packages for the rest of the time. And I love those shots. And those shots are awesome. Like, that shot of him is even in the Mania, in their, like, Days Until Mania, they added it in there. Like, that shot of him on the rope and the pyro from the entranceway. That shot is so fucking beautiful. I'm actually going to put that as, like, my background as I talk about the chamber. But, yeah, that is my quick review for that. I promise this SmackDown review this Friday will be out, like, on the weekend. Will not be late. Those are my thoughts on the chamber. I'm not going to do thoughts on Raw. I'll do that in a different video. But, yeah, guys, thanks for tuning in. This has been Eric. Till next time, toodles.